Well, our Big Apple adventure continues this week here on Live at 5, and tonight we're taking you behind the scenes of the CBS Evening News.
Since the news first went on the air in 1948, there have only been 6 people in the anchor chair. Isn't that amazing? And I know you can name all 6 of them. But Scott Pelley just took on this prestigious role 5 months ago. The world headquarters of CBS News takes up an entire city block on West 57th Street in New York City. A small army of correspondents and producers work on the evening news in a crowded newsroom on the first floor. The new man in charge is managing editor Scott Pelley.
I would be the mark, yeah.
How good to see you.
The afternoon we visited, Pelley and the crew aired a special report on the verdict for Michael Jackson's doctor. And just before that was broadcast, we talked to Pelley on the set where he delivers the news every night. Well, you're a reporter at heart. What is it like to be in the anchor chair?
Well, you two have a lot more experience as anchors than I have. I am America's least experienced anchorman because I've always been a reporter. This is the first show I've ever actually anchored in my entire career. But Jeff Fager, the executive producer of 60 Minutes and the chairman of CBS News, wanted to have a reporter behind this desk, somebody who had spent his or her entire career out in the field, actually covering stories and writing stories.
How is the broadcast different than before you started? What changes have you made, and how much influence do you have on the broadcast?
We are producing a broadcast here that really is all about hard news and the most important things that happened in the day. You know, when I go around the country shooting stories for 60 Minutes, I hear all these people telling me that they're tired of the veiled opinion on television, they're tired of all the shouting on television, the sketchy information on the internet. And so what we're trying to do with the evening news is find the 12 or so most important things that happened in the world and give the audience a compilation of those things and leave the nonsense to others and just tell the news.
Something people at home don't often get an opportunity to see. Can you tell me who you have behind you looking over your shoulder every night?
We have a number of photographs, and for those for whom we do not have photographs, we have their names listed. These are CBS News people who gave their lives in the line of duty. So the audience doesn't see these photographs because we don't want to put them out front in the broadcast, so to speak, but it's a reminder to me, more than anything, that we don't forget the people who risk their lives. The thing to remember, and I tell this to audiences all over the country, is that every single day, people risk their lives to cover the news on the CBS Evening News, and we don't ever forget that.
Looking back, what an incredible life you've had, what experience. You've interviewed everyone, anyone who's anyone. Do you ever look back and say, wow, I'm a lucky guy?
No, I am the luckiest guy you will ever meet. I started in this work when I was 15 years old as a copy boy at the Lubbock Avalanche Journal in Lubbock, Texas. That was the local newspaper there, still is. And I'd grown up in West Texas, and my big hope in life was that I'd have a chance to get out and see the world. And in this job, we absolutely have, and it has been just the luckiest thing for me and for my family.
From a personal perspective, what can you tell people about what you do in your spare time, what your hobbies are in the,
well,
on your down days? There
were down days and spare time when I only worked at 60 Minutes, but now that I work at 60 Minutes and the evening news, there's not a whole lot of that. We work a 13-hour day here every day. I come in, all my people in the senior staff at the evening news, we all come to work about 8:30 and leave here about 8 o'clock at night. And then on the weekends, I shoot 60 Minutes. Jeff Fager explained to me that there are actually 7 days in the week, and you can work all 7. So that's been our life over the last 5 months. I have a tremendous and saintly wife of 28 years and a great son who's at his 2nd year at Clemson University in South Carolina. And I've got a daughter who just started driving a couple of weeks ago. Somebody asked me if anchoring the evening news made me nervous, and I said, look, my daughter just turned 16 and I'm teaching her how to drive, so this doesn't faze me at all.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you so much.
Great to be with you. Thanks for coming to join us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Genuinely nice guy.
Down to earth,
Yep.
it's nice to talk to, interesting, fascinating guy.
Tremendous journalist as well.
And #1 here in Madison.
Yep, he is.
He's
Scott.
doing very, very well.
And we thank him for his time. And tomorrow, our Big Apple adventure continues with a visit to a solemn place of remembrance. We'll show you what visitors can expect at the National 9/11 Memorial at Ground Zero.